What's going on, everybody? So as you can see by the title of the video, we're going to be going ahead and analyzing this Gravity Rush 2 trailer because they showed a lot in the trailer and there is a good bit of information we can probably pull out. So for this trailer analysis, what I'm going to do is the first thing we're going to go through and talk about gameplay and stories changes that I'm seeing from this gameplay, like changes, you know, added additions and stuff, and story changes that I see from the trailer. Then after that, we're going to go ahead and just swiftly go through the graphics changes. So that's going to be the two parts. So let's begin. Right off the bat, a small sort of information that you probably want to know is the story is taking place shortly after the first game, and the exact time that has happened, you know, the amount of time that's happened from the first to this game, it's unknown, but all we do know is that it is close. You know, it's close to what happened in the events in Gravity Rush 1. So right off the bat, you can already see this place just looks happy. Everyone looks like they're having a great time. It's a brighter atmosphere. There's shops all around. It's way different from the beginning of how it was in Gravity Rush 1. And right here is where we see our first little instance. So there's a running, and then right here you see there's stones on her body. Now this is the first sighting of some type of new power, maybe, that Cat may have. At first glance, I was thinking that was her new way of maneuvering, but then later on, you get to see her go red and then use her gravity shape shifting powers or whatever, you know. So I was like, okay, this must be just some addition or some sort. And I'm going to go ahead and call these gravity stones. That's just a wild guess. I have no idea if that's what they're actually called, but let's just call them gravity stones because the way that she flew, you know, she just kind of took off. If we go back, you do not see Dusty around her when this happens, when she takes off and jumps off the building. I'm thinking maybe something happens with Dusty. I don't know, you know, because like I said, she has no Dusty, and maybe these gravity stones are what Cat has to use. I don't know, dude. Honestly, I just know that there's also some more stones that are farther into the trailer that we're gonna analyze. But let's go ahead and keep going. Next up, we can see the return of Cat's kicks. Only this time it looks like there will be more extensive combos. If you look at her kicks, they seem to be going on for longer in these clips, in this part right here. And they have like cooler animations, you know, there's like some more, because before there was like, I think a 6 combo with that, and that was basically it with your kicks. And then if you keep going a little bit further, you actually see Cat punch. Like, when I saw that, I was like, wait, what's going on? You know what I mean? But then if you look closely, you can see that there's gravity stones on Cat when she punches. And maybe this adds into her combos, I don't know, but, you know, that's the part where I'm thinking these gravity stones really do influence her. If you look at the blue ones before, they seem to make her go faster, but then these yellow ones seem to maybe give her power. You know, she's stronger for these ones because you can see, like I said, she punches instead of kicking when she has those on. So maybe she gets stronger, like her attacks are more powerful. She's able to punch because maybe they're like heavy or something. I don't know, you know, but it seems like the different color of these gravity stones give her different abilities. Then as we keep going, again, we get to see Cat's original gravity powers are back. So therefore we can know that Dusty will be with her. Maybe if it's not the whole, you know, story or the game, Dusty does come back at some point, or maybe you start off with Dusty and you lose. I don't know, you know. What I'm about to tell you doesn't seem too significant, but still, here we see Cat fighting humans. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Cat has never fought humans in Gravity Rush 1. If anything, it might have been the first fight, and I'm almost positive it was always these Nevis, you know, these gravity Nevis or whatever the heck they were called. I'm almost positive those were always her enemies. She never fought any humans because basically Cat was saving Hexville. So the fact that you see them, then that has to do something with the story plot, you know. Not only that, but they have guns, so it could make fights a lot more challenging. Next up, we have, I guess you could call it more humans fighting. It seems like maybe at this point they realize that the soldiers aren't enough to fight Cat, so that's why they get these type of mech suits and big armor stuff to try to fight her. And funny enough, when Cat kicks these mech suits, it looks like as if it doesn't do anything at all. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe you have to put on those yellow gravity stones to be able to do something to them. And right around here, it looks as if Cat has a new power. And it looks like some sort of teleporting mechanic that she now can do. She does some weird animation that proceeds to teleport towards the enemy, and it looks really cool. Like, I wonder what else you can do with that. I know moves, they start out simple, and you could upgrade them to do cooler stuff. I know, like, her rock power initially only had like 2 rocks, then you can get like 3, 4, 5, and stuff like that. You can get more. So I feel like maybe you'll get a longer teleport distance or something like that, you know. Maybe it's not even teleportation, but whatever it is, it looks like a new power, and that's what I want to see a lot of. You know, I really want to see some new stuff that they bring to the table with Gravity Rush 2. And now here we go back to these yellow gravity stones that I you know, whatever the heck they are. And there's a significant difference between the yellow ones that we saw earlier where Cat punched an enemy and the ones that we see here. These ones are much more visible and thicker. Maybe they slow Cat down, but in return they give more power. So, you know, maybe it's like you trade the bigger stones for more power. And you know, I don't know, maybe that's what's happening with these gravity stones. Yeah, she puts more on herself or something like that. You know, I really don't know. And then here we get to see a new boss. He looks pretty cool, but nothing too special, you know. Next up, we have some pretty important factors here. So you can go ahead and see how Cat gets blown back, but be sure to keep an eye on these blue gravity stones. Be sure to say that you're looking at them, because it's gonna show up again, and I'll point that out. But then after that, we get to see Cat and Raven bumping into each other, proceeding to work together, which is something that I really wanted to see. You know, I hated how she was so mysterious in Gravity Rush 1. I wanted to see her more, you know. I wanted to see her more. I wanted to get to know who this Raven is. How did she get her gravity powers, you know? Because Cat is the gravity queen, so who is she? You know what I mean? Who is she? And in this instant, it appears to be falling up from 104. Right when Cat got blown back, and this time we see yellow gravity stones versus before where it showed Cat having blue stones on her. This makes me to believe that Cat may be able to just seamlessly switch between these gravity stones as she pleases. Also, the way they groan and seem to be charging up looks as if it's a team special attack by Raven and Cat. And the cool part is they break that bone part that seems to be, it might have been blocking one of the weak spots. And when they work together, they're able to crack it open with their teamwork, which is very cool and good to know that they really will be working together in this game. And then all the way close to the end of this trailer now, we get to see some more proof of my stone theory of right around here is where Cat seamlessly puts on the blue gravity stones and zooms away, further giving hints that the blue stones are for speed, movement, and that Cat may be able to just seamlessly switch between the stones as she pleases. Another thing I noticed is when Cat has these gravity stones, Dusty has nowhere to be found, you know? So maybe these stones allow Cat to use her gravity powers without Dusty. And also, this area Cat just flew into sort of looks like the close to ending area that Cat was in at the end of Gravity Rush 1, where it was like that castle, and it was just like, seemed like she was dreaming of some sort. It sort of looks like that area, and this kind of symbolizes Cat returning to that area to seek more answers, because they sort of just told her she was a gravity queen, I think, and that was it. You know, they just sort of let her go. And she was still searching for answers, but they kind of kicked her out. So maybe she returns there to try to get some answers. You know, I don't know. So like I said, we're gonna go ahead and quickly go over graphical changes that I sort of see when I look through this trailer, having played the Vita version as well. So quick, this is gonna be real quick. It looks like the characters' just faces have been drastically improved. Like before, they were sort of not that detailed at all. The environment's render distance looks like it's increased. The town just seems to have a lot more people and just looks like a lot more like a town with all the shops and life flowing through it. But Japan Studio, this is something I'm very impressed with. They still managed to stay true to the original and just unique art style that Gravity Rush had, because one of the things I remember, some people were thinking the Vita version looked like not good, but it was one of those things where it was an art style, and you like it or you don't, you know. So I know that it definitely looks like they kept that style, but then they also improved it in a sense. Especially the buildings. The buildings just look amazingly detailed, and if you really look at the Vita version, they were not this detailed at all, you know. But other than that, that's gonna be it for this trailer analysis. Thank you guys for watching. Leave any of your theories or ideas you may or may not have in the comments below. I like to hear them. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, like I said, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.